In case you didn't know, Nintendo has been hosting these Animal Crossing aquarium experiences all over the world. Starting off in Japan, these have been all over America and many different locations in Europe and other places too. However, here in the UK there had been no sign of these arriving. If you've watched my videos before, then you might remember me mentioning how badly I've wanted to attend one of these, but up until now I have not been able to. Well, finally last month, Nintendo confirmed that the Animal Crossing aquarium experience would be coming to Sea Life centres around the UK. And I was lucky enough to get invited by Sea Life to attend the launch party at Manchester, which honestly was an amazing experience and something I'm so grateful for, so thank you to them for the invite. In this video, I'm going to be detailing my full experience at the launch party, as well as when I went the next day as well. So hopefully this can give you a good idea of what the event is actually like if you're planning on attending, and to give you an idea of the experience if you're unable to as well. Now, myself and other creators attended the event on the Friday before it actually opened on the Saturday, which was really cool. It was definitely a surreal experience being there whilst the aquarium was actually closed to the public, something that I never really imagined I would ever be doing. But it was really helpful because it allowed me to take the footage that I needed, since the next day it was, as of course like many other places, Animal Crossing is incredibly popular here in the UK. When you enter in, you'll be given this stamp card, which is really neat, and this will effectively allow you to collect stamps of certain villagers throughout the venue, which is a nice little activity that you'll get a reward for at the end. I'll share some more of my stamp collecting experience later on in the video. Now, I don't know how it's done at other Sea Life centers, but this one starts you off with a presentation about the turtles and some of the conservation and rescue work that they do at the Sea Life centers, which was really interesting. It was an immersive experience with these holograms and such, so it's definitely a neat way to start the Sea Life experience. From there, you're given free reign to explore the full venue and check out some of the interesting inhabitants of Sea Life. Now, how Animal Crossing ties into this is incredibly clever and also super educational, as all throughout the venue are these posters with information from Blathers. Now, these will focus on creatures that are actually within the game that you can also see at the aquarium. I think this is such a smart idea. It's incredibly cool to know just how much thought has gone into this. Because not only is there special text here from Blathers that I don't believe is entirely within the game, I do think there's some exclusive stuff here, although maybe experts can correct me if I'm wrong on that, but there is definitely some exclusive text here from the people at Sea Life as well who do their conservation work, from marine biologists and other members of staff too. The fact is, Animal Crossing is actually pretty educational when you think about it. That's the entire purpose of the museum, and it's very similar to Sea Life. That's kind of what they're trying to do, so I love the fact they tied that in, and I found myself actually spending some time reading these, which was super cool. And it's just great to see Animal Crossing in real life like this, honestly. In Japan, there's a fair amount of stuff for Animal Crossing that you can do and experience, but here in the UK there is practically nothing aside from maybe a few pieces of merch here and there. So getting to see Animal Crossing in my home country was just such a special moment for me. It really felt like my two worlds colliding, which was definitely a special moment. Now, as I mentioned earlier, as you explore the venue, you will see several of these stamp stations, which is where you can collect stamps for various villagers who are on your stamp card. Now, I found this to be incredibly cute. It was pretty difficult for me to film and get good footage of this. I had to rely on other people to help me out to do this, because obviously one of my hands had my phone in it, so it wasn't the easiest to record. But if you're not worrying about that, then you'll have a great time with these stamps. I just really like this interactivity of it. I just think that's so cool.
It's like Tom just broke out of jail or something.
He did. You not heard about his tax evasion? It's really keep messing it up. At least you folks won't be filming when you visit this. There, I got Bunny and she's sideways. Oh god, what is wrong with me? Okay, here we're going for Peanut. There she is, I found her.
That one smelled with the eels.
There were also other little interactive things you could do with one of the little pamphlets that they gave. A lot of them to me did seem like they were more geared towards children, and of course they did have activities there for children too, like coloring and such, but there's not necessarily any reason why an adult couldn't do them either, especially the stamp one, which everyone was doing there of course because it was just so much fun. But I thought people might want to know that if you are going with children, then there's plenty of activities for them. Even if they don't really like Animal Crossing and you're the bigger fan, they're still going to have a great time going and doing the activities. As I mentioned as well, if you take this stamp card to the gift shop at the very end, you will get a little prize. It's incredibly cute, and I'm going to show it off in my little merch haul that I got from the gift shop at the very end of the video, so stay tuned for that. Now, without a doubt, the highlight of my day had to be meeting Tom, Nook, and Isabelle, which, if you follow me on Instagram and TikTok, you might have seen little clips of this already. This was incredibly cute, I love it. We got to all spend some time and take photos with both of them, which was just adorable, honestly. I don't know how to describe it. It was very surreal, but incredibly cute, and I will always treasure some of the photos that I got with the both of them. A little detail I want to point out that just made me smile so much is the fact that Isabelle's bell actually jingles as she walks, and I'm going to play you a little clip of that now so you can hear exactly what I mean. So yeah, it's just absolutely adorable. It's great. If you head there yourself, you'll have to keep in mind that these photos aren't happening at all times. I'm not exactly sure when they are supposed to be happening. There might be more details on the website for each specific event, but if not, it's maybe just worth asking the staff so they can check for you when they're scheduled to come out. From what I understood, it was supposed to be on the hour maybe that they would come out, but I can't confirm that, so I don't want to spread any false information. I had a bunch of people actually come up to me at the event and ask me about this, and yeah, unfortunately a lot of them missed it because they didn't even realize that Tom, Nook, and Isabelle were going to be there. So yeah, it's definitely worth asking the staff if you do want to meet them and take photos, just so you don't miss out on it. There are also a lot of activities there which I believe are just generally available when you're at Sea Life. For example, there was one where Gulliver was, where you could search for fossils, which does very much feel Animal Crossing themed, but I wasn't sure if this was just regularly there. There was of course an activity with starfish as well, which I believe a lot of the Sea Life centers have. Right near that was this huge cutout of Pascal, which I loved. There were definitely a lot of these cutouts throughout the venue. There was also another one of CJ, so if you want to take photos with them as well, you can do so. That's kind of like a neat idea if perhaps you don't get to meet up with Tom, Nook, and Isabelle, who of course are the main attraction. Overall, there was just so much Animal Crossing decor throughout the event, but the thing is, the majority of it did actually serve a purpose. Like I said, most of it was informational, like these big posters and such, so that was incredibly cool. Now, heading off into the gift shop, there will be some Animal Crossing merch for you to purchase, but do keep in mind there's not going to be a ton of it. Of course, the majority of things in their gift shop are just going to be regular Sea Life merch, so some of that might interest you. But yeah, there's only going to be a little bit of Animal Crossing merch. Still, I was pretty pleased with the amount that they did have available there. There was some Lego sets which I had never seen before, and a really rare Julian one which I'll share later on in the video, which I was incredibly happy about, and also various Animal Crossing plushies. But since there was quite a limited amount of them, I did notice when I came back the next day that some of the ones I had wanted to get previously had already sold out. So if there is any merch that you want to get and you don't know when you'll be able to return, it might honestly be worth just snagging it as soon as possible because they've only got so much. So I just want to give you a quick look at my merchandise haul from the aquarium event. Obviously, it's not like the main thing, but I just want to show you what I got. I mean, this isn't merchandise, but everyone will get this. This is the sticker sheet. Don't look at how I stamped some of these. Yes, they're upside down and sideways. I was trying to film at the same time, okay? So, be nice. This one is cool. This is the maple poly bag. I haven't been able to find this anywhere, to be honest with you. I've seen it on eBay and such, but no, I'm glad I could finally get this because I've been missing this one. I know it was like a free gift if you pre-ordered the sets and stuff. I don't know. This was the free gift they gave for completing the stamp card, which was this little postcard. Dodo Airlines postcard, which I think is adorable.
And that's just a cute idea. You know, I might send this out to someone, who knows, we'll have to see. But yeah, I really like that. Here's probably the coolest piece of merch I got, which is this new Julian poly bag, which is actually made out of paper. They're starting to make these out of paper now. The old one's made out of plastics. That's pretty cool. This is rare. In the UK, as far as I know, and I believe a lot of places in Europe, this has been the only place to buy it, the Animal Crossing Aquarium. Maybe at like the Legoland stores, they might sell these, but generally in actual Lego stores, I have not seen these at all. So it's really cool that finally we have a new way of getting these, you know? What else? Finally, we got, oh, there goes my receipt. We got a Tom Nook and Isabel. I don't actually have many Animal Crossing plushies, believe it or not. And there were a lot of them there. There were some bigger ones than this. These ones are quite small. There's my hand for comparison. So yeah, they're pretty small, but there were some larger ones than this.
So yeah, that was my experience at the Sea Life Manchester event. It was so cool to be invited to this. Once again, a huge thanks to Sea Life UK for inviting me. I think to me, this event symbolizes the fact that Animal Crossing has grown from honestly a pretty niche franchise into this absolutely massive, huge Nintendo franchise, something that I never would have expected. The amount of people that were here the next day who had amazing things to say about it and the games themselves was just fantastic. I never imagined I would be surrounded by so many Animal Crossing fans in real life. And I also want to say thanks to those of you who came up to me and said hi and paid compliments about the channel and such. It was so cool to be able to meet some of you, and I really appreciate you saying hi. I hope you had a great experience at the event. I would definitely recommend going if you are in the UK and you are able to attend one of these. Just to be clear, this isn't a review. I haven't been told to say good things about the experience or anything like that. I've just been asked to share content about the event and I can say whatever I want. I genuinely enjoyed it so much. I think the only downside I would say about Manchester is the fact it is a very small venue, so there's not going to be as much there as perhaps some of the places we saw around the world. I know Japan had some massive venues where they even had the Roost Cafe and such, but that just wasn't possible at Manchester, so that was a bit of a shame, but there's nothing really they can do about that. That's not exactly their fault, it's just the size of the venue. I wouldn't say that detracted from the experience either, as everything else was here and all of the main bits that you would expect from the aquarium experience were available, so I really enjoyed those aspects. Hopefully I'll be attending more as well, so I hope to see some of you there. That would be great fun. And definitely let me know your thoughts about the event. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I'm so glad I could finally share it with you, as I've been planning to do for so long now. So thank you everyone for joining me on this little adventure. It's a little bit different than my usual content, but I really appreciate you sticking around. If you made it to the end, be sure to comment Bob's Gang so I know you did. If you enjoyed, leave a like and subscribe and turn on notifications for more.